Hey everybody, today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the Olympus 9-18 f4 to 5.6 wide angle lens. This is a micro four thirds format lens that can be used on Olympus or Panasonic cameras, or really just about anything else that has a micro four thirds mount. This review isn't going to be highly technical. I'm mainly just going to be sharing my thoughts and impressions after having used it regularly for probably about the past 6 months. I mainly shoot real estate photos and videos, and this is especially challenging for micro four thirds because of the 2x crop factor. I had been searching for a really good wide angle lens that had minimal barrel distortion. I was also on a relatively modest budget, so I had to get value for money. The first lens I looked at was the Panasonic 7-14 f4 lens. All the reviews raved about the image quality, so I knew it was a great lens, but unfortunately it was just a hair outside of my budget. One benefit of this lens over the 7-14 is that it's easier to add filters to the Olympus lens since the front glass element doesn't protrude. My first impression of the lens was how light and small it is. It's made almost entirely out of plastic, and so it's really small and easy to actually just put into a jacket pocket if needed. The lens has a collapsing design to make it even smaller when not in use. You hold down the lever and turn the zoom ring to collapse the barrel to its smallest position. When you're ready to shoot again, just rotate the zoom ring until it pops out to its ready position. If you forget, the camera even gives you a little reminder. The lens's widest aperture is f4 at 9mm and then goes to f5.6 at 18mm. These aren't exactly very large apertures, so keep that in mind depending on the type of shooting that you're doing. For my needs in shooting real estate and architecture, it really wasn't an issue. I usually shoot at a slightly smaller aperture just to get the deeper depth of field. I just have to be careful that I have enough light, which is always somewhat of a little bit of a challenge when it comes to micro four thirds. I shot this lens primarily on a Panasonic GH4. When shooting stills, there was the standard 2x crop, but in 4K mode, that crop changes to about 2.5 times. In either mode, I found barrel distortion to be minimal and nothing that couldn't very easily be adjusted in post-production. Some of my clients can be pretty picky about vertical lines staying vertical, and I've never had any complaints with this lens. Focusing in photo or video was always snappy, and I had no problems using this Olympus lens on a Panasonic body. I found that the zoom range was just about perfect for my use. This is effectively an 18 to 36mm lens in photo mode, and roughly 23 to 45 in 4K. My shooting style isn't just trying to shoot a room as wide as possible. While I need to be wide enough to get a feel for the overall room, I try to focus on certain elements of a room, and I find this focal length to be just about perfect. There are wider lenses out there, but I don't think that's really necessary. If there's anything else I would want with this lens, it would be to have it be image stabilized. Now, I do understand why it isn't. Most Olympus lenses don't have image stabilization built into the lens, since Olympus camera bodies have it built into the sensor. That's a small gripe, and it's really not that bad overall. Even when shooting handheld video with this lens, footage isn't that bad, partly because of the small size and light weight of the lens, but also because wide focal lengths tend to hide unwanted motion compared to the longer focal lengths. So is this lens worth buying? Well, depending on your use, I can give it a very confident yes. Like I said before, I haven't tried the Panasonic 7-14 lens, and even though all of its reviews are very positive, I can say that you should be just as happy with this lens while also saving a few dollars in the process. I love the compact size and lightweight, and the minimal distortion has never been a problem for me, for either photo or video. I am still on the lookout for a high quality wide angle lens that is image stabilized. So what do you think of this little Olympus 9-18 lens? Do you use it, or is it now on your wish list? Leave a comment below and let me know what you like or don't like about it if you do use it. And if you don't have it, are you considering it, or will you go with the tried and true Panasonic 7-14mm? Thanks a lot for checking out my video, and as always, don't forget to give a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and please don't forget to subscribe. If you do decide to pick up this lens, click on the Amazon link that's below and you'll get this at the best price on Amazon without costing you anything extra, and it'll help support this channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you next time.